Alright, so to get started, the way I've been thinking about it is it's gonna kind of, I guess, possibly not be as cool for you. We'll see. But pretty much, I'm gonna run through how I would practice with the music in my ears rather than both of ours. You know what I mean? And I'll kind of describe the process of, like my mindset and how I go through these things. Right now, I'm not training to anything specific because, as we all know, the entire world is, on that new Kendrick. So we're gonna run through a couple of these real fast because that's what I've been vibing on. You already know it's time to squabble up. I'm gonna warm up real fast. Something light. I don't take it too serious. I don't go like, I don't give 100%. I just kind of play around, mess with movements. You'll find me come to like some default things where, unfortunately through habit of repeating, that's like almost my reset. And you'll kind of you'll notice sometimes people, they'll have like signatures, or they'll have like these regular moves where I wouldn't even say regular moves, but they'll come to like, they'll start waving with their right arm, right, to set up something. So for example, like here, boom, 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 shoo, woo. See, like in a way you're repeating a specific thing to set you up, because this is where you're comfortable. This is your default, your reset. And I won't lie, a lot of times I'm trying to break out of that habit of having something, to default to. I'm trying to switch it up. I'm in the process of being able to switch that up. So that's why right now I'm just keeping it light. There's nothing serious happening here. This album, man, no skippables, no skippable. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna follow through with that. Okay. Of course, what comes after Squabble Up? Luther. So I'm gonna use this as a challenge to, pop. But not to something that I'm used to. Shoo, 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 shoo. So currently, yes, I'm listening to Luther. And like I said in the last video, match the energy, okay? So this is almost like real, like Sunday night slow jam, like R&B, the kind of vibe that I'm picking up from it. And this isn't gonna be like, you can, if you build that up, you can get there, but you can't come in giving it, you gotta start off matching the song and build it up through your interpretation, right? But you also have to give that to the viewer. See, and right there, I had a couple moments where I didn't connect. Like I had followed through, like I had picked up somewhere, and my hand had come out, and like that movement, the momentum there was ending, and you would catch that I would, try and pull something to keep it going. So your challenge in order to do that is making that make it look seamless, right? Don't, like, you don't want that pause, that gap. That's definitely challenging. Like, for me personally, that's that whole vibe is kind of out of my dance vocabulary. So that's, I know where I'm lacking and I need to pick up. And doing so, when you do these training sessions, you do these practices, right? Especially by yourself, and you dance to things that are out of the norm for yourself, out of the things, out of the genres that you normally listen to. That's where you need to definitely pick up, right? As a dancer, you need to be versatile, especially like when it comes to battling, right? It's not the DJ's job to play songs specifically tailored to, your style or your liking. Challenge yourself, be able to do what you do. So if it's popping, you should be able to do it perfectly, pairing it to whatever the DJ decides to play, because they are going to challenge you. Okay? That's the whole point of having that. You're not only battling the person in front of you, you're giving a show to those watching, and then accepting the challenge that the DJ is giving you. Because sometimes it may not seem fair, right? Sometimes the track that you have to battle to may come in favor to, your opponent. But on the other side of that coin, it could be the exact opposite of where the song could be tailored to what you do instead of the other, the other dancer, your opponent. Or in some cases, it's a challenge to both. Both of you don't know what to do. That's where, these moments right here come in, have their importance. So, Kendrick Lamar. All right, yeah. Man at the Garden, Kendrick Lamar. Let's get it. Boom, boom. Shoo, boom, boom. Shoo, boom, boom. Shoo, boom. See, I had messed up there. I didn't like where I come from here. Boom. And I don't know what I can't recall what I did, but see that movement, I should be able to have a wider range of movement, because that's going to help when I'm trying to swap directions and change angles, right? And because I've been lacking, my body's stiff, my flexibility isn't there, my power isn't here. You could probably hear it through my breathing. My stamina isn't at 100. So that's why we do these. That's why we do this. See, and right here, you don't want to see how I stayed here. I was holding that for too long. And if you can't connect that movement, right, that would have been something really cool to think of, right? Where was I at? Boom, boom. Shoo. Tell him, Kendrick. Tell him. You only deserve it all if you work for it. See, and then he picks up that tempo. That's when you can... You could pick that up. You don't always have to be, be dancing to the beat. You could be dancing to the cadence. You could be dancing to the feeling of his words, right? But you have to be able to make that clear. Show clearly what it is you're specifically dancing to, right? Is it just the harmonization? Is it the drums? Is it, again, the lyrics? Make it clear, right? This is something that you have to work on consistently, because then you struggle being able to push that narrative, and you'll switch from, because what song? This is Hey Now. Boom, 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 right? You don't want to be able to just dance to the beat and then switch to the lyrics and then try and play along to the storytelling of the lyrics, and then you fell off the beat, because then it's just going to confuse people. You have to be able to clearly state what it is you're dancing to, and if you're switching to something else, make sure it's seamless, that everyone else understands how you're moving. Okay? Shh. Bing, 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 boom. Oh, you know what would have been cool? Bing, 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 boom. Shoo. Yeah. I'll workshop that. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Bow, boom, bow. Boom. 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 Ah. See, and there's another topic here. You can take these, bow, right? You can incorporate those to your popping, to your crumping, to whatever it is, right? They don't always have to be stuck just making pop movements, right? So, face shifts, ha, 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 ba, 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 ha, ha, shh, 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 shh. My angles, see that? I was slopping right there. I was sloppy right there. Ba, 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 ha, ha, shoo. So to recap a few things that I was saying, it's not the DJ's job to cater to what it is you're doing, right? Like your specific style, right? Like let's say everyone knows, ah man, he get a crumb track, he gonna body it. Or if he gets a hype song, he's gonna body it. And then, during a prelim or a battle, and you get, uh, I don't know. I can't think of any songs off the top of my head. But you get something like real, like a slow jam, right? Like that's the challenge. You see dancers being able to pull it off. Like you can dance to anything. Your job is to make it look good and supply the energy to those watching. And once you get to the point of, comfortability where you're really versatile with your movements with different genres of music, you can incorporate complexity of movements that will speak volumes to those watching, right? It's not always about winning. It's not always about, it's not winning or losing at that point. You're trying to showcase where you're at mentally, physically, musically within a moment, okay? And I get like being judged a lot of times that can destroy an ego, or it can bring out insecurities and second guess yourself. Like, you let's say you battled, let's make a very common, let's play out a very common scenario that I feel like we all can, at least somewhat relate to. You show up to a jam. You get your 30, 45 seconds for prelims, right? But the DJ's just playing music. He's playing music that is justifiable to anyone. Anybody could have gotten this track. He could have played any track for you specifically. And, the song you got, you weren't really vibing to, right? So, of course, you're at this point, now you're not feeling the music. And because you're in prelims, you're either one of two things: holding everything back because you want to save it for getting past prelims. Wrong. Second is you're putting everything into a prelim round, but it's not connecting, right? You're not matching the energy of your music because you're not connected with that music, okay? And now you kind of almost look sloppy, maybe a little too aggressive, or your timing is off. Those are the two main reasons why dancers, and I can fully, confidently tell you those are two reasons why I haven't made it past prelims multiple times. It's not because the DJ didn't care about you, or you didn't stick out, or you're just like, oh man, I wasn't feeling it. The DJ was kind of whack. The DJ had nothing to do with what you were doing, right? Sometimes you just don't get a song that you preferred. But if you had trained to other genres of music, which I know I personally will lack in this current moment, which I'm trying to change, that's not the DJ's fault. We as the dancer should have been more prepared, right? Then we wouldn't have that excuse. But because now we didn't make it past prelims, now it's, F the DJ, F this jam. People weren't, that was biased. They always, pick the same people every time, blah, blah, blah. Nah, man, they would have picked you. They could have picked me. We just weren't prepared. Yeah, we're the when we're listening to the music we listen to on a very regular basis, day-to-day basis. But they're not always going to play that. Not guaranteed. Never a guarantee. Or let's say you make it past prelims, right? Luck of the draw, you made it past prelims. Now, same scenario, but you're in a battle, right? But the judges didn't go for you. That's a blow here, right? Blow here. Now you're upset and think that it's always something against you, right? Oh man, the judges went for them because they cool with him, or them. I know I got robbed. I was robbed that round. that my opponent was whack. I know I put my all into it, right? There's the confidence, like I don't know if that's confidence, but I'm glad that you think that you were having a good round. But maybe the difficulty for them wasn't as high as yours. But maybe they vibed with the music and spread that vibe more, right? They put that energy out. Their timing was good. Their energy was on point. Their musicality was good, right? Like, look in here first before you start throwing shade outside everywhere. I feel like that's a big problem within the dance community. And I'm not pointing names. It's because I've been there. I've been that person. When I was much younger getting into these, and I wanted to compete at the high level, but I couldn't get past prelims. Or when I make it past prelims, like, ah, man, hell no. That's whack. You know, look here first. Was I prepared? Was I 100% prepared for any curveball and situation thrown my way? Absolutely not. Never. I've never been fully prepared. And that's my fault. Okay? I want you to do the same thing. Think, analyze. Okay? And maybe the 5% chance, yeah, the judges were on that person's side. They're cool with that other person. Cool. Take it, move on, come back, right? That's why we don't do this to be judged. We do this because we want to become something better. What are 3 judges gonna tell us, right? Unless we were taking a workshop from them or learning from a private class, something like that. But within a battle, like, you're still putting work out there. You're still being considered dope, right? That's what matters. As long as you are satisfied with yourself. Yes, we want the acknowledgement from the outside world or social media or our peers within the local community or at the event. We want the acknowledgement and the recognition that, we were good. We are good. And, that comes through time, through perseverance of continuing to do so. Me sitting here complaining because we lost or didn't make it past prelims is just going to hinder that, right? Move forward. Move forward. I really went rambling on that last one there, so I apologize, but I know that a lot of those things need to be said, right? A lot of those realizations need to come internally. Like, we all need to, and that's not something that, I can tell you or can be told to me and everything's fixed, right? Like, no, this is that mentality, that constant, I am dope and I will get better if I put the work in and I'm consistent with this right now, right? I do what I'm doing right now as best as I can and do the same thing again tomorrow and the day after and the day after. Eventually we will get there. Don't compare to the other people. Don't compare to what you see on social media, right? And then last thing that I really kind of want to talk about is don't let judges, like, from an event, right? Like, ultimately, like, you can even talk to them if they didn't vote you and you lost, and you got to pick their brain. Hey, what could I have improved on? I'm not tripping on a loss, but what can I do to help better myself to prevent that from, like, happening again, right? And again, maybe it was just the luck of the draw for that person. Maybe there was something that they'll tell you that you could have worked on, like, storytelling, timing, musicality, I don't know. But whatever it is, let them tell it to you, or you don't ask them. Don't let the judges determine how you feel about yourself. Okay? I feel like that puts a lot of pressure on an individual, and, like, we don't get right back to training, right? We have to go through this whole mental cycle of, that's lame. That should have been me. I could have done it. Ah, all right, let's get back to it. 2 weeks before we find out about another event, when we just wasted all that time thinking about, what should have happened or what could have happened or what would have happened. And we could have been training that whole time, right? I have done that. Okay. And no more. No more. I don't want that for you, for anybody watching this. I don't want this to happen. I don't like that whole negative mentality, right? Destroying my inner negativity. That's what we're standing on now. Dmin. Okay. That's what I want for you. That's what I want for all your partners. That's what I want for your crewmates, for everybody in the community. That's what I want. For us to be able to, like I'm on my Goku shit right now. I want everybody to train up. I want everybody to go their hardest in the hyperbolic time chamber. And we come together, we clash like titans. We lose, some win. We come back, right? Take a step back, get back to training. We try it again until we get to where we want to be. That level of, our highest self. That's where I want us to say, hey man, we made it. And it wasn't because I was being negative about the community. I wasn't being negative about 3 people pointing in the opposite direction. I wasn't negative about myself. I took the negativity, shoot it away, took what I can to keep myself positive and help myself grow, right? That's what I want all around me, okay? Now let's get this, okay? What were we on? Hey now, let's do reincarnated. Ooh. Okay, so I've kind of just been moving around, right? Oh man, R.I.P. Pac, bro. Oh, what if I, boom, boom, boom. Oh nope, I went the other way. See, now I'm overthinking. Nope, hold on. Wait. Nope. Okay, let's just leave it there. Hear me stomping like I'm crumping with my pop? I mean, I am trying to make like a popping crump hybrid, even though crumping has popping elements in it, but like, ha, 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 ha. Shoo, 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 shoo. We'll figure it out. I'm not gonna lie, I made a video on my Instagram and Facebook where I was trying to do, I think I put it to YouTube, where I was trying to blend animation and crumping. But that's for a different day. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Shoo, shoo, shoo. So what I'm doing here essentially is I'm just trying to let my body flow, right? This is that point where I was talking about a few videos ago where you kind of just get past that groove phase, get that timing, right? So that way you can start focusing on the technique that you're wanting to build. And today it's popping. Shoo, 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 shoo. Shoo, 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 shoo. Shoo, 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 shoo. See, that'd be soup, 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 soup. Soup, 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 soup. Soup, 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 soup. shoo, 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 ooh, shoo, 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 shoo. Whoo. Well, I tell you right now, what I'm lacking right now is that stamina. That stamina. All right. So yeah. Ah, I forgot. Sip that. Sip that. All right. So I know that I ended up making this another talking video, but we kind of get the gist of, or I feel like I kind of get the gist of how I'm going to operate on this. It's just going to be this kind of formula. I'm going to kind of talk you through the process of me, you know, running through the training and the movements and why I am moving that way to a specific part of the song. And we're just going to kind of run with that narrative for now. But I do hope that you guys take what I was saying throughout this video like full-heartedly with an open mind, because I know me personally, I've suffered from a lot of that. A lot of that has held me back. I've held myself back through thinking like with that mentality, that negative mentality. And I don't wish that upon anybody. It hinders growth. It hinders your creativity. And the only way you can progress is by being able to silence that, push it to the side. No, don't bury it, you know, don't push that down, you know, like you actually have to work through and get rid of that, right? And it's okay to be down. It's okay to, you know, like feel down or feel upset or like, you know, take a loss, like embrace that. But know that it's not anything being held, like that's not something against you, right? That's just how it happens sometimes. And it doesn't have to, it doesn't mean that it's the end. It doesn't mean that you're never going to get better. It doesn't mean that you're like not going to reach that level. It just, that wasn't your time to move forward, right? There's still something, obviously there's still something that you need to learn in order to jump that hurdle. Okay. And I feel that like me speaking about this is something I needed to do in order to elevate myself, because again, I wouldn't have even thought about talking about this if I wouldn't have started doing these videos. I probably wouldn't even have started practicing again until I heard of another jam that I felt that I needed to get ready for in 2 weeks. But now doing these videos, it's keeping me on my toes. It's making me hold myself accountable that I'm need to practice and I'm not doing it just for the camera, right? Like I have to be able to prove that I can get to where I want to be at the level I want to be at, and prove that this is, you know, that this works, right? I don't want to be that person that pushes, you know, a narrative on people and I'm not taking that advice. I'm not doing what I'm preaching, right? So I'm speaking from here. I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from past negativity, sadness, frustration, anger, and, you know, just know that I just want what's best, not only for myself, but for anybody watching this video, the people that will watch this video at some point, right? If you come across this, you know, I hope nothing but the best for you. I pray that, you know, whatever it is that you're going through, you get through it. I wish I was better with words so I can explain it more, but, you know I believe in you. You got others that believe in you. Just let's get it, all right? I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Much love to y'all. I hope y'all have a good night. And yeah, catch y'all tomorrow.